What's going on, guys? It's Tom or Top 10 Wrestling, and welcome back to another video on the channel, and welcome to episode 2 of the worst TNA matches ever. Thank you all for the support on episode 1. It went down really well, really happy with how it's doing. You guys seem like you really enjoyed it, and if you are new to the channel, I will explain how the series works in just a second. But before we do get into it though, I do know that we do have some new faces here, because recently I collaborated with fellow YouTuber Tap Out Corner. I'm going to leave a link to the video in the description. It's over on his channel. Be sure to check him out. It was a very good video. And also check out my Patreon link down below if you are new here. New content coming there shortly. I know I keep saying that. I've just had so much stuff going on. But I've been compiling ideas for it, and that will come soon. I promise you. Anyway, let's stop wasting time and let's just go and explain how this bloody series works. It's pretty self-explanatory how this series works. I mean, the series is called Worst TNA Matches, so of course, we're going to be discussing the worst TNA matches. Wow, who would have thought? We discussed 3 matches per video. All the matches I'm discussing are matches I've never discussed in length on this channel, and are also matches that I want to talk about, but aren't enough for just a single video. Also, every match is fan suggested. All 3 of the matches I'm talking about today were suggested in the comment section of the last video. What I need you guys to do now, comment down below women's matches. The next episode of this will be about women's matches, the worst TNA women's matches of all time. All except for Jenna vs. Charmel, because we talked about that before, and Rebel vs. Shelly Martinez, which is a bit of a spoiler towards this episode. But anyway, let's just go, shall we?
Greetings and salutations, this is Almighty Christopher Daniels, sometimes known as the Fallen Angel, but always known as the greatest wrestler in the world, your mom's favorite wrestler, your dad's favorite wrestler, the world's favorite wrestler. I'm also a paragon of virtue, an inspiration to children everywhere, and the man with the rear that makes the girls cheer. And while you're watching me, I'm telling you, you're also watching Top 10 Wrestling, so congratulations.
We are starting off by going back to the Hogan era of TNA, back to 10 years ago in 2010, arguably one of the worst years in company history, and it's TNA Sacrifice 2010 for the TNA Global title. Rob Terry defends against Orlando Jordan. Oh god. This is the second episode, and already the second time I've talked about the TNA Legends slash Global slash TV slash King of the Mountain slash Queen of the Hill Intercontinental Beer Drinking 24/48 7-Eleven European Championship. Rob Terry and Orlando Jordan are just 2 of the worst wrestlers in their time in TNA. This match is not going to go well. How the hell is this a pay-per-view title match? Just says a lot about the Hogan era. But Rob Terry starts beating down Jordan right from the start, and is absolutely dominating Jordan right from the start, and is using his size advantage to his difference. I'm going to leave that take in there. I said that so wrong. I meant to say he's using his size difference to his advantage. Great. We're about 4 minutes into this match, and Jordan has got no offense in at all. He starts begging for mercy, and finally manages to get some offense in to absolutely no crowd reaction. He targets the leg and now is firmly in control. The match somehow is now even slower. Terry then dodges a knee drop and then hits a freak buster out of nowhere to win. Okay? Yeah, not a good match. Apparently this was less than 8 minutes long. This felt like forever, and it had a very sudden finish with Rob Terry just getting up and hitting his finishing move. This match should have never happened. I would have been fine with it if it was just a squash, because at least that makes sense because of Rob Terry's size, but they actually tried to make it competitive. It was not compelling. Yeah. Next up, we're going back to 2002 once again for the 4th ever TNA pay-per-view, and we see K-Crush, aka R-Truth, my boy, and he is up against Hermie Sadler. Who the hell is Hermie Sadler? First of all, what a name. Second of all, I had to Google who Hermie Sadler is, and apparently he is a former NASCAR driver who had no involvement in wrestling prior to this match. So, TNA, I see what you're doing, trying to get that mainstream crossover. Now listen, I'm British, I don't watch NASCAR, and and I know nothing about NASCAR, so I have absolutely no reason to care for 50% of this match. Of course it has R-Truth, so I love R-Truth, but I have no reason to care for half of this match. This match came to be because on the first ever TNA pay-per-view, Killings confronted a bunch of NASCAR drivers saying his granddad could do what they do, then Hermie Sadler told him to shut up, and they stepped up to him, and they got into some sort of conflict every week leading into this match, and here we are now for this match where the crowd are actually firmly on the side of Sadler, who his selling of strikes is not good, and you can see that right from the get-go, and also his offense is pretty awful too. Hermie has control early on in the match, but Truth gets back in it with his scissors kicks and starts dominating Hermie, but Hermie literally kicks out of everything, and he's being made to look really strong here. Sadler manages to hit a sit-out powerbomb, which actually looked alright, which I think was unintentional, got the near fall for it. We then cut to a cam of the fans and see two people leaving, ironic. Truth then pins him with the ropes for leverage to win, and then attacks Hermie after the match. This is my biggest problem with the match, the finish. R-Truth, an experienced wrestler, needed to use the ropes. He needed to cheat to beat a celebrity who's never wrestled before. That instantly made me hate the match, but I don't think it was that bad. Honestly, I really don't. I thought it was actually just below average, at best, really. Like, I thought it was that. I mean, for your normal celebrity match, I just thought, yeah, whatever. I mean, I get why people think it's bad. It was by no means a good match, but maybe not as bad as people think it is. I don't think it's that bad. You get what I mean? And we go to the main event of this video, and for this match, I have only ever watched highlights for it. I've never watched it in full, and I cannot stress enough that I didn't want to watch this. It kind of plays a reason as to why I haven't uploaded in the week, because this was always the plan to be my next video, but I just didn't want to watch this. This has been called worse than Jenna Morasca versus Sharmell, which is widely considered to be the worst TNA match of all time. So could this be the worst TNA match of all time? Let's see, but we're going back to TNA One Night Only and Knockouts Knockdown 2016 for Rebel versus Shelly Martinez. This match was part of a Knockouts tournament to crown the best women's wrestler in the world, and after watching this match, I definitely didn't think either of them were anywhere near the best women's wrestlers in the world. The match just feels slow right from the get-go. They also shout and just talk to each other a lot and argue with each other, and it seems like they're trying to make it a comedy match, but it just isn't working. I will say, the match at the start isn't too bad, not good at all, obviously, but it's nothing disastrous. But as it progresses, it just gets worse and worse. The offense is bad, the selling is awful, they botch moves, they do a spot of an abdominal stretch into Banala split, to which Shelly literally screams, "My vag! My vag!" Okay? There's an awful botched head scissors, and every move that wasn't botched just looked bad in general, and the finish was completely botched too. I don't even know how to describe it, what happened, but you're seeing it on screen now, so you can make your own mind up, and Rebel won off of that. Yeah, this match is awful, really, really bad. My eyes, not as worse as Jenna Morasca versus Sharmell. I can see the argument, but Jenna versus Sharmell takes the cake for me, but this was dreadful and probably the worst match I've reviewed so far in the 6 matches I've reviewed in this series. And yeah, that was it. So comment down below which match you thought was worst out of all these 3. Comment down below some women's matches for me to watch in the next episode. I've already got 2 planned, I think, so just need the 1 more. I'll get that as a fan suggestion, of course. The other 2, don't you worry, they were fan suggested too, because that's the rules of the series, you know what I'm saying? We only do fan suggestions. But anyway, I'll see you guys all soon. Follow me on Twitter at TalktonWrestling. My Instagram is at I'm Tom Bell. Check me out on Patreon. Check out my podcast. Check out my video with Tap Out Corner. I'll put it on the end screen so you can click right there. And yeah, I'll see you all soon. Subscribe, notifications on, like the video. Goodbye, and keep on rolling.
All my life, I had dreams that I would shine. Nothing less than diamonds shining every night. Party till the sun come up, I see the light, yeah, yeah. In Dubai, smoke gelato if they ask, we telling lies. Where we going?